Connor, just talk about this defensive line for Colorado you're going to face, and they've got some pretty talented seniors, Chidozie and Shankos, guys like that.
Yeah.
What's the challenge of their defensive line?
I mean, I think they pose a lot of challenges. They kind of run kind of a prototypical NFL defense, a little bit looser techniques with a tight shade. And so for me, obviously, 97, he's the one that I'm going to be hanging out with most of the game, right? He's going to be right on my shoulder. And he's a really good player.
Yeah.
As I've watched more and more, he's effective in the run game. A little bit of a shorter guy, and he's strong. So a lot of leverage, and me being kind of a bigger center, that's going to be a challenge for me. I'm going to have to, my pad level is going to be a big deal. And obviously they have those wide nines and they let their ends rush the passer. So it's going to be a good challenge for us in the run game and the pass game.
And then just side note, just following BYU over the years, it seems like BYU's had some good seasons, but you end up in a lesser bowl.
Yeah.
It seems like a big deal for BYU. You're in this a big bowl.
No doubt.
How big of a deal is it for BYU to be in the Alamo?
We're pumped, because I think a lot of it is because of our affiliation with the Big 12 conference, right? As an independent, it's kind of like you lose one game and it's like, oh man, like you don't really have a chance at a New Year's Six. You might have maybe a small one with one loss, but so now with our affiliation with the Big 12, either tied into the Pop-Tart or the Alamo, both really big, really good bowl games, and so we're pumped to be able to be here, and because it sucks. I've been on 3 10-win plus teams now in my career here, and this is the only one that's been to a bigger bowl game. I think we went to the Independence Bowl, and then we went to the Boca Raton Bowl my freshman year, and then we went to the New Mexico Bowl, and now we're here at the Alamo Bowl, obviously a much bigger stage. And so we're excited about that. It's fun, like for the seniors, who have been through all that. Like, man, we're having 10, 11 win seasons, and we're going to the Independence Bowl. Now it's like we're going to the Alamo Bowl, and it's obviously I love San Antonio. I've been here many times, and it's awesome.
Cool. Thanks, man. Talk about your thoughts on playing this game and facing Colorado. And like I said, I mean, it's sort of a de facto Big 12 title game.
Yeah.
But is that exciting that you guys get to actually face one of these other teams that you were tied with?
Oh yeah, it's awesome. And I think being able to face another Big 12 team is fun too. And Colorado's such a great team, such great players. They have a lot of hype, which is fun. It brings a lot of eyes on you, which you want as a football team and as a player. And just creates excitement to go out and perform your best. And I think we're going to take advantage of that. I think we're going to go have a lot of fun and play our best game of the year.
So you're coming back next year.
I am.
And so you get to actually go to Boulder next year and play them.
Yes.
Are you excited about that idea, the fact that this is there's a lot of Buff fans that don't like it's a conference game. But,
yeah.
I don't know if it was you or somebody else up there said maybe this starts a rivalry. Are you excited about that this kind of kicks off something?
Yeah, of course. I mean, every game's just exciting, especially when it's a Big 12 team. Colorado, I mean, it could start, a rivalry, I guess. And every game's, competitive and in a sense a rivalry, when you're in the Big 12. And, so, I mean, we're just focused on this game, obviously. Like Coach Roderick was saying, it's a mistake to kind of think that far ahead when it comes to the next game we play. We're just focusing on this game, doing what we need to, punching them in the mouth, and then when the next game comes, and taking care of that as well. So.
And then last thing for you, how big of a deal is it that you guys are in the Alamo Bowl? I was asking Connor that, it seems like BYU, they've had good seasons, but always go to a lesser bowl, I guess. But being in the Alamo, how big of a deal is it?
Yeah, it's great. I think it's just putting BYU in the conversation for a powerhouse team in college football, and being able to be in the Big 12 and to show what we can do against these great teams week after week. We deserve, to be in a bowl game like this, and I think in the years to come, then they're going to put our name in the conversation for the college football playoff every year. It's where we should be. So we're excited for next year and to be in that college football playoff. So.
Awesome. All right, Tyler, just talk about how the excitement, but also the challenge of going against an offense like Colorado is that, can be very dynamic.
Yeah, absolutely. We are super excited. Like we've talked about, they have a super talented roster. You know what I mean? They got a Heisman winner on their team, a non-quarterback Heisman winner, and so they've got talent all over the place. We're really excited to match up against them. And they're an explosive, especially more from my position. looking at their offense, they have a very explosive offense and a very talented offense. And so, I think it's going to be a handful, but we're super excited about it.
Conventional wisdom says you try to make a team one-dimensional.
Yeah.
And that helps you.
Yeah.
They're almost by design one-dimensional.
Yeah.
And they're pretty darn good with that dimension. So how do you handle a team like that? Even if they don't run the ball, they can still score.
Just got to suffocate them. Really, that's what it comes down to. Kind of just take the wind out of them, and that comes down to making sure they don't complete, passes. I think Shedur's completing 75% of his passes, right? That's an extremely high completion percentage, and so he's doing a great job. It's up to us to, one, get after him and bring him down in the backfield, and two, our DBs, I think, are going to do a great job of making sure that he can't complete those long balls, and overall, little by little, wear him down and get him to where we want him.
Yeah, the last thing for you, BYU being in the Alamo Bowl, it's the biggest bowl BYU's been in a long time. And
Yeah.
It seems like you guys will have 10-win seasons, but go to some of those lesser bowls. How big of a deal is it for you guys to be in a bowl like this?
Oh, it's a huge deal. It's a huge deal. This will be my 5th year at BYU, and we've gone to a few bowls while I've been here, but this bowl has been awesome, and definitely the biggest bowl that I've been to during my time here at BYU.
Awesome, thanks, appreciate it.